What's up? This your girl Kat St. John. Shout out to A1 Hip Hop. We about to get an exclusive interview with me, and let's go ahead. Let's dive into it. Ooh, coming off of the stage of Summer Jam, I feel relieved, especially when I've been working on it for so long, and the work that was put into it and the amount of time that it took from out of my life just to kind of, get prepared for that, because I'm not just getting a mic and just rapping on stage or just singing on stage. There's dancers, choreographer, and then, there's outfits, uniforms, so to say, costumes, so to say, that has to be executed on. So these things take time. So I was just glad that it was over and that, we did an amazing show.
How was the feeling seeing the crowd reaction to your songs and just the vibe? Because, performing at little clubs is different, but
Yeah.
the actual audience with thousands of people.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, that was like, I'm getting nervous just thinking about it again. Like you see, I'm just like, even my whole gesture just changed. Like, I didn't know what to expect, because you got to remember, like, when it comes to like black and brown crowds, we are very tough critics. So I didn't know what to expect, but I knew that I was going in there with the mind frame of that they're gonna love me. And I kept on saying that to myself. And I knew I was going in there with the power of knowing that I had enough confidence in myself to know that they would like it, and I had worked on it. So I figured that even if they didn't like the song, they would appreciate the fact that I put in time into my outfit and, something. Just don't boo me off. You know what I mean? Just don't, oh man, another song me. You know what I mean? So to see that they reacted and they were actually responding, like when I was like, keep it cute, and they was like, keep it cute. I was like, I didn't know how to react. I was numb. Like, I feel like I was there, but I wasn't there. Like, I just wish I was more present mentally. I feel like I lost out on a lot of me just being there and present, because I was just all over the place mentally. But I was glad that they were able to still connect to me, and I'm glad that they did react. And I wasn't shocked at all, because I feel like I'm a child of God, so I have a different type of powers, I feel like.
You mentioned it. Now let's speak about this banger, Keep It Cute. In the latest single that you're pushing right now.
So Keep It Cute, I wrote Keep It Cute almost 3-4 years ago, almost 4 years ago now. It's actually an old record, but it was crazy because, I can't remember the exact date. Of course, it's all documented because I had to get it registered and everything. But I wrote the record, and I was with T. Wayne. He did the track, and Young Dolph died months later when I was getting ready to release it. And so I was like, I can't release this. It'll be disrespectful, because if I release, and the record was to be released that same time frame. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I had to wait. I had to wait a long time to actually like put it out there to release it, because I used the sample that is like from one of his tracks, Get Paid, Young, Get Paid. So it just went along with it. And I was like, I ain't nobody. Like, I will wait till it blow up before they come to me and try to get me for some shmoolah. You know what I mean? I take my chances. And when they come to me, if I could pay it, cool. If not, I will just go ahead and put it on, somewhere else, and give whatever I got to give to them. Because I never expected in my mind to be like, oh, this your first record, you gonna make millions off of the first record. Like, I'm not attached to money in the way to make me be like, well, I'm gonna keep on pushing it because I'm making money. You know what I mean? So I literally was just in a position mentally where I was like, yeah, this is just not the right time to put it out. So I waited, and I just put it out not too long ago because I felt like it was the right time. But at the end of the day, like it was really to give him homage and to show that, also too, for the young ladies out there, like, you don't have to hate on nobody. Like, get your money, do what you have to do, and don't hate. And it was specifically surrounded around money because I'm always inspiring people, trying to encourage people to go get it. So me being, somebody that I feel like a lot of people look up to me as a role model, like, to me, I feel like sometimes you have to talk to people that are younger than you, and you have to deliver the message a little different, because you go and preach to them, they not trying to hear you. But if you say, like, hey, like, I'm gonna put it in the form of a song and do it, then that's kind of like where Keep It Cute came in at. And then not only that, my friend, her name is Dee. She was on a TV show called Ready to Love, and she kept on telling everybody, keep it cute, keep it cute. And I'm like, bitch, that's a song. That's a song. So I was like, girl, I'm gonna make sure I show you some love on the record. We tried to put her name in there like 50 ways, and we was just like, yeah, it ain't gonna work. Like, it just wasn't gonna work. But shout out to Dee, because the inspiration, actually, the initial inspiration of the keep it cute phrase came from her saying it so much on that TV show. So I know a lot of people don't like to tell people that their inspiration came from somebody else. They like to always act like everything just came from out of their minds, and that's okay. But we are always inspired by what's around us, the things we see, the things we hear, places we walk in, people that we have around us. So it was definitely an inspirational moment for me.
Now, how does it feel being on the Shade Room in Hollywood Unlocked?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So that was crazy because I did the record Dallas, right? And then once I did the record Dallas, it was just a different sound for me. When I used to sing all the time, I used to try to hit all the high notes and not try, I used to. And then when my vocal cords just took a crash for the worst, I was still trying to do it. I sounded a hot mess. I ain't even gonna lie. That's how I started rapping. Long story short, I came to the realization that, hey girl, your voice is deep. Accept it, run with it, and work with it, and see what you can do with this. So I have been recording music here and there, and then I'm like, listen, let's just stay right here. Let's two-step in this area and be okay with it. And, when I did the record, it was dope. It was amazing. So shout out to the people that helped me on the record: Mike Reeves, Ratchet R&B Blues, and then super producer TA. So basically, with me, I normally write 100% of everything I do. It's like people, they don't want to help you, right? And it's okay because I'm not used to asking people, but because I run so many businesses now, sometimes it can be hard to be creative and write a song, get into your emotions, because when you're running a lot of business, you don't have a lot of emotions in you because all your emotions go to your business. So the emotional distress from relationships or past issues you've had, sometimes it's hard to revisit that because you're so focused on the present and trying to get done things in the present. So what I did was I brought in, I asked Mike Reeves if he had, matter of fact, I didn't ask Mike Reeves. Mike Reeves brought somebody to the studio, and that's the R&B Ratchet guy. And I'm gonna give you his name. I can't think of it right now because, like, I'm going based on the Instagram name, which is crazy. But of course, he got his information and everything on the ASCAP paperwork and all that stuff like that. I make sure everybody get their credit. Well, when I was in there, I came in and I was like, I know you in Dallas. Don't she live in Dallas? And then from there, they was like, well, we should write. I'm like, no, it has to start off with, I know you in Dallas, because I need to say that. I need to say that in the very beginning, because I know you in Dallas. Like, Like, and the whole vibe of it came from something that happened so long ago, years ago. But I remember looking back on my book of songs that I wrote, and I was like, I want to get this song out the way so bad because I feel like it could be hot because it's telling a story. So I was like, they was like, well, we should start off. I was like, no, it has to start. And I was so fixated on that I kept on singing. I was like, the tone has to be right. So while I was doing that, he was writing. And I had already told them the story to Dallas, how it went down, everything went down, specific wordings I want to use, like it has to be specific. And then so they're coming to me with their lines. I'm like, no, that's not it. They come to me, I'm like, no. Then I'm like, add this, change this, let's do this, da 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 da. Like I'm like, just all over the place. And it was just executed that first verse, which normally it takes me minutes to write one verse. This verse was about maybe 30 minutes because now I'm working with other people and they're trying to tell my story. You can't use your words to tell my story. And I'm a stickler on that. So if I told you this is what happened, this would need to happen in the story. So then boom, I told Mike Reeves, I want my track to sound just like this. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm feeling. And he was able to execute that sound for me almost immediately. So boom, we get the first verse out the way. And then the second verse we didn't get to do. So I go to TA, and for some reason, when you get in a studio and you start working on a record, sometimes you can be drained being in that particular setting and you need to refresh yourself and you need to leave the studio and come back. When I came to TA, it was like a whole new song. He added the beat in there. I was like, TA, this is what we have so far. I need a beat on there. I just need you to turn it up. And it was so perfect. And he was like, sis, the part right here where you have, I know you in Houston, don't she say in Houston? He said, that could be the hook. I said, no. I was like, no, that's not the hook. That's the first verse. What we did in the studio is the hook. And then boom, from there, he was like, you know what? We need to just replay this. And that's how the song came about. So then, of course, my pen came and I just found it again. And the rest of the record, I just wrote. And then the positioning of everything, it was like in my head. And I'm like, position just here. And TA is like, yeah, and then let's position this because his track gave me that rejuvenation that I need. It like revived me, you know what I mean? It gave me like energy. So, and then cause the energy that we had from the first part, we already burnt it out. You see what I'm saying? But by the time I done with the second verse, I was burnt out again. So, but we were done with the record by then. But it's an amazing record. It tells a story and it's a true story. So, I posted it and then I tagged every single blog. I mean, I tagged every single blog. Like, they didn't just find me. Like, I want people to understand this. They didn't just find me and say, oh, yeah, this girl named Kat St. John, da 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 da. It's like I tagged them, they saw it, they researched me, and probably was like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and post this. But it was amazing seeing it, that I was getting love, and it wasn't from people that I knew. And it was from people I knew as well. But when they reposted it, I think a lot of people that knew me was proud. I was proud, and people that didn't know me was proud because they see me working on my music for so long, and so they felt like, okay, you deserve this, So it felt good. It felt good.
Restart for 2023.
Yes, yes, yes.